Good morning. My name is Eddie from the Daily Informer, here to give you unbiased news updates on what's happening around the world. Turning now to global affairs, where mediation efforts continue in the region. The Pakistani Foreign Ministry confirms that Pakistan remains involved in ceasefire mediation to resolve the war between Iran and the United States. Meanwhile, officials from the United Arab Emirates and Iran held a face-to-face meeting for the first time since February 28th. However, the Iranian Foreign Ministry states that the ceasefire with the United States is practically meaningless following recent military actions. The United States president canceled a scheduled round of military strikes after previously warning of heavy actions, stating that discussions with Iran are underway. In terms of regional military developments, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Aerospace Force and Navy launched air and drone strikes against United States military bases. These strikes targeted the Ali al-Salim Air Base in Kuwait and the Sheikh Issa Air Base in Bahrain. Regarding the Strait of Hormuz, the headquarters of the Iranian military announced the closure of the waterway to all traffic, including oil tankers and commercial ships, citing regional tensions and United States strikes. Conversely, the United States Central Command disputes this claim, stating that commercial vessels continue to transit through the waterway. The South Korean Oceans Ministry reports that a liquefied natural gas carrier crossed the Strait of Hormuz and arrived in Ulsan, marking the second vessel from South Korea to do so. Iranian media reports that explosions occurred in southern Iran during a new wave of United States strikes, specifically affecting Bandar Abbas and the Kargan area of Manab. International relations. Moving to international relations, delays affect infrastructure projects and sanctions are imposed. The Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority announced a delay in the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge between the United States and Canada, citing trade tensions. In Asia, China imposed sanctions on the Philippine Defense Secretary, citing comments made at the Shangri-La Dialogue. The entry ban extends to the mainland, Hong Kong, and Macau. Business and economy. Looking at business and the economy, financial markets respond to recent geopolitical updates. United States stock indices, including the S&P 500, NASDAQ Composite, and Dow Jones Industrial Average, rose following the cancellation of the United States military strikes against Iran and the debut of SpaceX on the NASDAQ market. In aviation, Kuwait reopened its airspace to commercial flights after a temporary closure caused by the regional military actions. In South Korea, the Data Protection Commission issued a fine of 624.68 billion won against the e-commerce company Coupang for a data breach affecting user accounts. The United Kingdom Secretary of State for Defense resigned from office, citing concerns over government funding for the British Armed Forces. The Parliamentary Undersecretary of State for the Armed Forces also resigned. Finally, international sports take center stage today. The FIFA World Cup begins with matches hosted across Canada, Mexico, and the United States, featuring 48 national teams for the first time. The opening ceremony took place at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. Thanks for joining us today. Remember, stay informed, but don't let fear do your thinking for you.